Hello there.
Welcome to another episode on invertebrate biology. In today's lesson, let's dive into class Trematoda.
When we think of elite predators, we think of lions or other wild carnivorous animals. But from an evolutionary standpoint, the true masters of survival are much smaller and flatter. Welcome to class Trematoda. As members of phylum Platyhelminthes, these flatworms have traded a free-living lifestyle for one of the most successful parasitic strategies on Earth. Trematodes are almost exclusively endoparasites. Most of the flukes we study are digenetic. This means they have an indirect life cycle requiring at least two hosts, a definitive host where they reproduce sexually as adults and an intermediate host where they multiply asexually. Today, we are going to look closely at two notorious representatives of this class that impact human and animal health globally: Fasciola hepatica, the giant liver fluke, and Schistosoma, the deadly blood fluke. To survive turbulent environments inside a host's body, like flowing blood or draining bile, you need a secure anchor. Trematodes have evolved specialized body shapes and muscular attachment organs called suckers to do exactly that. Fasciola hepatica looks exactly like a leaf. It is broad, flat, and dorsiventrally flattened. At the very front, it features a distinct cone-shaped projection called the cephalic cone. Fasciola possesses two powerful muscular suckers: the oral sucker, located at the very tip of the cephalic cone, surrounding the mouth. It functions both as an anchor and a straw to ingest tissue and bile. The ventral sucker, located slightly further down on the ventral surface. This sucker has a connection to the digestive tract. It is purely a powerful mechanical suction cup used to hold the fluke securely inside the slippery bile duct of the liver. Schistosoma. Schistosoma completely shatters the flatworm stereotype. Instead of being leaf-like, these blood flukes are cylindrical and elongated, looking more like roundworm. While most trematodes are hermaphroditic, Schistosoma species are dioecious, that is, having separate male and female sexes in a separate schistosoma. They display extreme sexual dimorphism. The male is thicker and shorter. Its flat body folds inward to create a deep longitudinal groove down its front, called the gynecophobia canal. The female is long, incredibly slender, and spends her adult life permanently nestled inside the male's canal. Both sexes have an oral sucker at the anterior tip and a ventral sucker just behind it. The male uses his ultramuscular ventral sucker to lock onto the walls of the blood vessels, holding both himself and his mate steady against the constant rush of the host bloodstream. Now, let's trace their life cycle. The life cycle of Fasciola hepatica. Adult flukes live in a bile duct of infected mammals, like sheep. They lay eggs that exit the liver via bile, enters the intestines, and are passed out into the environment through feces. When weather conditions are suitable, liver flukes eggs hatch, and the little larvae called marasida have approximately 8 hours to find their intermediate host, the mud snail. After burrowing into the mud snail, the marasidia multiply rapidly and emerge approximately 8 weeks later as cercaria. Once emerged, they attach themselves to grass where they are ready to reinfect grazing livestock. Once eaten, the liver fluke larvae penetrate the gut wall and migrate to the liver and spend the next 10 to 12 weeks milching their way through the liver tissue and causing a lot of damage to the infected sheep. Once they reach adult stage, they migrate to the bile duct where they feed off blood, meat, and lay eggs, and so the cycle continues.
While Fasciola relies on the passivity of being eaten, Schistosoma acts as an active hunter, utilizing skin-penetrating enzymes to breach its definitive host directly from the water.
I am Afari Emmanuel. See you in the next video.